Today we're going to be dividing multi-digit numbers by using our base 10 blocks and relating it to partial quotients. So let's start by drawing our base 10 blocks for 254. In the number 254, we have 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 4 ones. I'm going to relate this to partial quotients by writing 254 in the center and then drawing our partial quotient symbol. Now it looks like we're dividing into two groups. So I'm going to be drawing two groups below. And that means that I'm splitting 254 into two equal groups. So I'm going to put 2, since that's our divisor, on the outside. Now we're going to be using something called Quotient Cafe to help us out. So to get to Quotient Cafe, you're going to go to your Google Classroom. And then at the top under classwork and math, it'll say Quotient Cafe, lesson 14. Open it up. All right. And then you'll see this here. If you want to change the characters, so I'm using dinosaurs and bones, you can change them. We can use aliens and worms. There we go. So we're dividing 254. So I'm going to put this number here in the bottom. It's 254. And then my divisor, which is 2, is going to go in my top part here. So we're splitting 254 worms between 2 aliens. We're going to press start. All right, so this is the partial quotients that we see on our paper. We're going to go back here. Let's start by distributing the hundreds. We're going to put 100 in one group and the second 100 in the other group. So now that I've used 2 hundreds, I'm going to cross them out. Now I'm seeing in just one group, we have 100. So I'm going to relate that to my partial quotients. The numbers we put over here represent how many we have in each group. So we already said we have 100 cubes in each group. So I'm going to put 100 off to the side here. 2 groups times 100 worms, in our case, 100 worms in each group equals 200 worms. We subtract because 254 is the total amount we started with. 200 is the amount that we've distributed so far. So just like we crossed out 200 here, we're subtracting 200. We have 54 worms left over. If you see here, we have 5 tens and 4 ones representing 54. So far we're the same. Let's put that into our program on Quotient Cafe. We're here, we have 254 split into 2 groups. So we are giving each alien 100 worms. Press check. Oh, awesome. They're each going to get 100 worms. So that means we're going to subtract 200 from the total plate that's right here. That means they've just eaten 100 worms each, or 200 worms total. We have 54 worms left to eat. So now let's go back to here. We're going to distribute the tens. I'm going to give the first group 110, the second group 110, and I'm going to cross 2 tens out because I've used them. Oh, I still have 3 tens left, so I can keep distributing. I'm going to put 110 in the first group, a second 10 in the second group, and cross 2 more tens out. Well, I don't have enough tens to distribute them evenly, so I'm going to stop here. I see that in each group, I have 2 tens or 21s. So I'm going to put 20 over here because each group is getting 20. 2 groups times 20 worms per group equals 40 worms. So notice that we have that we crossed out 40 because we crossed out 4 tens. We're subtracting 40. When we subtract, we start with the ones place. 4 minus 0 is 4. 5 tens minus 4 tens is 110. We have 14 left. Notice we have 110 and 4 ones left, representing 14. Let's put that into our Quotient Cafe. So here we said that each alien is going to get 20 worms. When we do that, that means that the 2 aliens total have eaten 40 worms, and left on the plate is 14 worms. All right, so now we only have 14 worms left. Let's go back here. Well, we can't distribute this last 10 between the 2 groups, so we're going to regroup. This 110 is equivalent to 10 ones. So I'm going to draw 10 ones here. And look, I have 14 ones in total. Well, I know my basic facts of 14 ones split into 2 groups evenly is going to give me 7 ones in each group. So I'm going to double check and I'm going to put 7 ones in each group. Let's see. Oh, we've used a total of 14 ones. I'm going to cross out 14 ones. Oh wow, we've used all of our cubes. So that means that we're done dividing. We're just going to show this over here on our partial quotients. We have 2 groups, and each group is going to get 7 ones. So we're going to put 7 on the outside. 2 groups times 7 worms per group is 14 worms. And it looks like there's 0 worms left over. So that means that each alien is going to get 100 plus 20 plus 7 worms is 127 worms. If we look over here, you're getting 100, 2 tenths, and 7 ones, or 127. Let's check using our Quotient Cafe. We're going to give each alien 7 worms. So that means that in total, they just ate 14 worms, which leads us to no worms left over. Here's where it gets a little annoying. Now that there's no worms left over, you just have to put the 0 here because we aren't distributing anymore. And now we can add 100 plus 20 plus 7 is 127. Let's see if we got it right. Excellent. And we can look over here. There are no worms left on the plate. So that means that our remainder is 0. Excellent. So here on our paper, we're going to write at the top, 254 divided by 2 is 127.